Bobo.
Where's Bobo?
Where is he?
I already told you I don't know where he is, man, and that's the truth.
One of them took off cross country in his chopper, probably got Pepper with him as a hostage.
L'aurore di bianco vestita, già l'uscio dischiudi al gran sol.
What are you doing?
Già con le rosso sedita, carezza di fiore mostruo. It's breaking my heart to remember.
The women must be allowed to work any division of the department they choose.
Well, yes, sure.
Good. Then you'll sign one and send it up, right?
If it'll help, yeah, I'll sign.
Great.
Welcome to the task force.
Mount up!
My name is Officer Mateo, and I'm here to teach you how to ride that motorcycle.
Can I take it with me tonight?
It's not funny, Anderson.
From stars I'll make you cry and kneel before you. I pray you'll take my hand. I adore you.
Her name's Joan DeMarco. She's the daughter of a state senator. Ran off with a chopper freak about a year ago.
Know his name?
His name is Robert Olchin. He calls himself Bobo.
Joan DeMarco, where is she?
Johnny DeMarco. Oh, Marco Polo. She became a famous world traveler, so she must be traveling, you know.
These past couple of months, they've really been great. Hey. Listen to me. Somebody's watching us through the window.
Dr. Guy, please. Rick Mateo.
Is he dead?
He suffered a linear skull fracture, causing an epidural hematoma. There's bleeding between the brain and the skull itself. We had to operate to relieve the pressure to prevent severe brain damage. We'll know more if he comes out of the coma.
You think he's gonna make it?
I'm sorry, Sergeant Burnett, it doesn't look like it.
I want to see him, Doctor.
Sergeant, he's
I
comatose
want
still,
to,
won't you?
please.
right.
Far so good.
Like some fresh popcorn, too, okay? Thank you. You look tired.
A little bit.
Well,
Drink.
you know, I was looking at those vacation records yesterday.
Are you going to start that again?
You have not had a real vacation in 2 years.
I don't want vacation.
Yeah. You know what I think you ought to do is take one of those cruises.
I don't want to go on a cruise. Above all, I don't want a cruise, okay?
I think you ought to go on one of those cruises where you just go to an island and lie there and eat and drink, soak up the sun, and trade beads.
I don't have any beads.
No, you buy the beads there, Pep. Wear them around your neck. When you want something, you just pop off a bead and trade for it.
What if I run out of beads?
Well, knowing you, you'll think of something.
I'm going back to the hospital.
There's nothing you can do, Pep.
If you were in the hospital, that's where I'd be.
Let's go.
Come on in, Larry.
Chief?
You know the gang.
Yep.
Hi, Larry, how's it going?
Coffee? How's Helen?
2 lumps and meaner than hell.
Glad to hear she hasn't changed.
Okay, Chief, what is it? In or out?
Oh, yeah, Larry, I want these 3 in on this with you. Any way they can help.
Thanks, Chief.
Thanks.
What do you got so far in the Mateo case?
Well, here's some mug shots of the Babos people. The most important evidence we've got is this right rear tire imprint on the van.
Well, take a look at this. Is that a Helden, German make?
Made in East Germany, Leipzig.
That shouldn't be too hard to trace.
Now, they imported about 400 or 500 of them. They sold mostly here on the coast.
You started checking the stores and outlets?
Yeah. We put bulletins out in the van. Now, the witness gave us a good description of the paint job on that van. It was pretty wild.
Yes, it was.
That description matches the vehicle of one Robert Olchin.
Ocean, is that the one they called Bobo?
Right. We've alerted customs, and they're checking the borders. And Sacramento sent down these mugshots.
I know this one. Arthur Lewis Jennings, second in command.
Parker. You. Hoffman. You. Thorpe. Arnold. Right here. Arnell. You. Yavich. Here. You get Sergeant Burnett, please.
I'm not going to be soft about it.
Yeah.
Hey, Sarge. We're ready.
Each of you has mugshots of Olchin's followers. Any questions? Well, let's hit the streets.
98. I've got him boxed in. He's headed for the bridge. Request assistance.
We had a fight and I split. You know, you hang around with Bobo, you only do things one way, his.
You got a mind of your own, haven't you, Comet? I mean, you're a college man, 2 years in college, you know?
Well, I'm not a sheep, if that's what you mean. No, look, anybody got a light around here?
What happened to Joan DeMarco?
I don't know any Joan DeMarco.
Come on, don't lie to us, Punk. She was in the van with Bobo the first time Mateo stopped him.
And the next time at Sugar Ranch, she was gone.
Then it was your old lady in the van, wasn't it, Comet? How'd that happen?
Look, Bobo says any girl runs with a pack is his, you know. Dwight is saying, yeah.
What the hell does that mean?
Lord of the Manor gets first crack at the, maidens.
Is that why you split?
Look, I already told you, I don't know anything about any Joan DeMarco.
Where's Bobo?
I told you that, too. I haven't seen him in over a week. Now, come on, somebody give me a break. Anybody got a light around here?
You never been locked up in jail, have you, Comet?
No, and you don't have anything on me, do you, pal?
We could book you for suspicion of murder.
Murder? You crazy.
It'd be kind of hard on him being locked up in jail, you know. Isn't that right, Comet? I mean, according to your service record, you were discharged because of acute claustrophobia. Isn't that a fear of being locked up in tight little places?
Look, man, the girl just disappeared. One day she was there, next day she was gone, that's all.
Where's Bobo?
Where's Bobo?
Where is he?
I already told you I don't know where he is, man, and that's the truth.
I don't believe that. Well, let's lock him up.
Lock him up. Come on.
Now, wait a minute, Wen.
Come on, lock him up.
Wait a minute! Now, Ernie might know something.
Ernie who?
Ernie Morales. You know who Ernie Morales is?
Who's Ernie Morales?
You're talking about the Bikers Midnight Supply?
Yeah, that's the guy. Now, he might know something, really, man. I'm not kidding.
Where is he? Where do we find him? Where is he?
All right, let me think.
Come on, man, you're wasting our time. Come on, man.
Well, let me think! He's got a place up on Packers Flat.
Maybe Bobo's there.
That stove's still hot. We couldn't have missed it by much.
Did you find something?
No, I was just looking at these tire tracks here.
Heldon tires?
I don't know. I can't tell. There's no tread left on the tires. I'm gonna stake this place out anyway.
Okay.
I'll give Joe a call. 12 by 50, 12 by 52. You guys got anything?
Just checked out another station. Owner said he sold out his supply of those German tires over a year ago. Warranty was no good.
Okay. Why don't you guys hang loose? We'll check with you in a few minutes.
And what I do wrong, officer?
Well, you cut off that oncoming traffic back there.
Listen, I'm sorry. You know, I know it's a dumb thing to do. I was late for a date, and I know it's dumb. I promise you won't do it again.
Sign here, please. Step out of the car, please. I'd like to ask you about these tires.
What's wrong with the tires?
Could you tell me where you bought this tire?
Sure. Little general store near the foothills off Joshua Tree Road there. They were having a big sale, damn cheap. As a matter of fact, I bought 2 of them. Why?
Just curious. You drive careful now. Hey, Linda. How'd you like to take a ride to the country tomorrow? Near the foothills. We'll take your car. Springs are better. You know, with little Fritz do, we want the ride to be as smooth as possible. Hey, honey, How long is it going to take you to get in here? You know, I stopped a guy today who had tires on his car just like the ones on the van that got Rick. Said he bought them at a country store near the foothills. Wouldn't it be a kick if I solved this case? Me? Rookie? You haven't heard a damn word I said, have you?
Hey, I got trouble.
Halt, police! Come here!
Now, the energy this little lady has.
Bobo, why don't you just tell us what came down, okay?
What came down? You mean like Johnny DeMarco? Oh, well, the chick with Johnny DeMarco, the chick was a dope addict. You know, she was either sniffing cocaine, always shooting it in her arm or something. If she couldn't get a fix, the chick, I'd even see her eat it. She was a flippy broad.
I think I get the picture. She was into dope, right?
Into dope, man. This chick invented the word dope.
No, that's not what I asked you. I want you to tell me how she killed herself, okay?
You know, I had to get rid of the chick. You know, she became a drag. Well, I figured, you know, at the same time, maybe I could make a couple of bucks, you know, and her old man's loaded with dough. He had so much money, he'd never miss a couple of bucks. And then at the same time, he'd get his zonked-out daughter back, you know? But then, she found out about it.
She found out about it how?
How am I supposed to know how she found? I don't know.
Who knew about it?
Hey, honey, come on. These people are my friends. We all ride together. We run together. I mean, Comet. Comet told her. Comet knew about it. Yeah, he's always got his thing into something, you know. Comet was the one. Maybe Comet told her, yeah?
Okay, she was high. She found out about the note. Then what happened?
Then it was she just flipped out. You know, it was that night we were up at the cliffs, you know, and all of a sudden this chick, she just flipped. She freaked out and she started screaming and she started running towards the cliff, telling me that she wanted to die. The chick wanted to die. Said she was gonna commit suicide and stuff. And then she started running towards the cliff, and I grabbed her. I grabbed her by this, and I just lost her. I just lost her in the dark, and then she went over the cliff, you know, and I could hear her screaming all the way down. It was suicide. That's what it was.
All the way down, huh?
You tracking somebody down, are you?
Yes, sir, that's right.
Working on a case, huh? Well, if I could be of any help.
Well, do you mind if I copy a couple of those names and addresses down?
You just help yourself. Is it a big case, is it?
Yes, sir.
Important one, huh? Well, it shouldn't take you too long, because I haven't sold too many tires lately. Folks just, they're not driving as much, you know, with the gasoline costing so much. Heck, folks that used to come here a couple times a week now only come one trip.
Sir, I can't quite make this one out.
No wonder. Red Rock Lane. The customer's name's Christopher Larkin.
Sergeant Barnett?
Yeah?
Bill Crowley.
Yeah, Bill.
Listen, Polygraph just called. Now, you're not going to believe this. They had this guy on the machine for 4 hours. They said he shows truthful.
I see. All right, thanks. I'll tell the guys. This Olshan.
Yes, sir.
Polygraph shows truthful. He didn't kill the girl.
Dr. Guy, the charges you're talking about are that serious?
Any sexual perversion is that serious. As you know, they terminate officers who are guilty of lewd behavior, indecent exposure, child molestation. To a review board, voyeurism would fall into that category.
Well, we were definitely being watched.
You know, Rick called me that night, the night right after he left you.
The night he was hit?
Uh-huh. He made an appointment for himself and the suspect. I have the notes here. If the allegation's true, it certainly would be grounds for dismissal.
Who did he make the appointment for?
French. Officer Charles French.
Charlie, I'm going to ask you one more time. That night, the night Rick was run down, was that you outside the window, watching us?
No, I told you it wasn't me. You sure about that, French?
Charlie, Rick's a friend of yours. He was a friend of your dad's before your dad was killed. Isn't that right? Rick's a good friend. You love him.
It's my brother.
Rick's your brother?
Treat me like a brother.
Like a brother. You'd never do anything to hurt him, would you? Even though he's not here to defend himself? You wouldn't do that, would you?
No. Because... Charlie, the night he was attacked, Rick had phoned Dr. Guy, Dr. Marie Guy. You knew he'd report you. He set up an appointment about you. Now, Charlie, he said he'd seen you outside Pepper's apartment. He said you were watching them. Was he lying about that? Were you there? Did you try to stop him? Did you try to kill him?
No. I was off. I was home.
Were you?
Rick said you weren't.
Was he lying?
Was it you, Charlie? Huh?
No.
What do you know about Mateo?
Nothing! Nothing about Mateo!
My son is a good son. He is not a murderer. And he is not a pervert. I hear that Rick is improving. Is that true?
His vital signs are stable.
Thank God for that.
He's still in a coma.
Adele, about that night.
Please, not again.
We talked to Ray Dayton and his wife. They told us that they had taken you out to dinner that night to celebrate your birthday. They told us that Charlie was not with you.
Whatever did happen, we want to help.
I don't know. I don't know where he was.
Adele.
Please, just leave me alone. Isn't it bad enough that he's finished? That he's through?
Something I can help you with, officer?
Yeah, you. And you're under arrest.
Well, silver platter, she's not gonna buy it.
Well, Mother...
Charlie's, the sun rises and sets on him. She thinks he hung
Hi,
the
Jam.
moon. Yeah. Hey.
Hey, hi.
How you feel?
I'm all right. How you doing? Hey, like that, I come out of a beautiful dream, and what do I see but three of the ugliest faces in the department? Hey, listen, one of the nurses came in today, and they said that my mom wasn't feeling right. Is that true?
No, I called Napoli last night. Your mom's much better. She had a gallbladder attack. She's fine.
If you want to know the truth, it took about 4 hours, the way he speaks Italian, to figure out she's probably pretty good.
I gotta tell you something, kid. Your mother speaks terrible Italian.
I'm really happy she's all right.
Yeah, she's fine.
I guess you guys got the bums who put me in here.
Yeah, we got a couple of leads.
Hey, do me a favor, will you, Sarge?
What?
Don't bring him any more flowers, man.
Dr. Terry, report to pediatrics.
Looks like it's gonna be okay.
Dr. Terry.
What's the matter?
We just came from Linda Hoffman's house. Fritz is missing.
I don't know.
You mentioned tires. What did he say? Do you recall exactly?
Country store.
Just a country store? He didn't say where it was?
I can't remember. Ticket. Wait. He gave somebody a ticket.
Was it a tire dealer? Did the man sell tires?
I can't remember.
Do you know where Fritz's ticket book is?
Okay.
See. He only wrote 8 tickets that day. Braxton. Oh.
Charlie, will you hold it? I'll be right there. What? What did you ask me?
Did you talk to the officer about your tires on your car?
Oh, yeah, he asked me where I bought them and why.
What did you tell him?
What's the matter? Are they hot?
No. Please, where did you buy the tires?
Well, why didn't you ask me that in the first place? A little general store off Joshua Tree Road, about 2 miles off the main highway. You know where that is?
Yes, sir. Just a minute. Let me write that down. Joshua Tree Road? Thank you. Yes, thank you very much. Got it. It's possible.
No, this is up in the foothills. Big Cahuenga Canyon.
Who found him?
Them kids. Boy Scouts on a hike.
We're on our way. First Battalion, now Hoffman. Think maybe somebody's got in it with a task force?
Well, where is he? I've been trying to reach him for half an hour. No, all right. No, just give him the same message. All right. Thank you. When Crowley calls, tell him where I've gone. There's the address. And keep trying to reach him and tell him to meet me there.
Okay, Pepper.
All right. Take him out.
Okay, take it easy, guys. Watch your step.
Hey, Sergeant.
Yeah?
I think we found something over there.
Listen. Crowley, over here. Let's see that everything goes right, will you? What do you got?
Do that tire trail we've been looking for?
Yeah. It's the same van.
Sure as hell is. Yeah, Michelle, I got some bad news. Fritz is dead. Here we found his body. You'll tell Linda, right?
Of course. No, I understand.
What about Pep? Is she there?
She was, but she's gone now.
Did she say where we could reach her, Michelle?
A country store on Joshua Tree Road, 2 miles off the main highway.
Okay, thanks. You'll take care of it, right? Tell Linda.
Yes, I'll tell her.
Tell me what? Tell me what? What happened? Tell me.
Linda, it's Fritz.
No! No! No!
Joni? Joan DeMarco?
Who are you?
I'm a policewoman. We've been looking all over for your killer. We thought you'd been murdered or kidnapped.
Murdered?
You've been here all this time.
Sure. Staying with a friend. Bobo ran down that pig I split. Didn't want any blood on my hands.
Bobo swears he had nothing to do with Sergeant Mateo. We gave him a lie detector test.
You have him?
He's in custody.
That liar. But nobody could beat any machine.
Doubt that.
Does that mean he may get off? You won't burn him?
They won't burn him. You say you're, living out here with the friends. Drop it! Drop it!
Lady, I'm gonna blow your head off if you don't raise your arms high. Now, Jonah, you be a good girl and fetch me that gun. Okay, baby, bring it here.
I like to read. Do you like to read?
Yeah, I like to read.
When I was a little girl, my favorite book was Treasure Island. Did you read it?
No, I didn't read it. Saw the movie.
There was this old crazy guy in it. His name was Ben Gunn. He was kind of spaced out, but he did make sense about one thing. Dead men tell no tales.
No.
Let's use her gun. She deserves it.
Forget it.
You didn't stop me when we wasted that motorcycle, cop.
You tried to frame Bobo, didn't you?
Now, do you have to tell the whole world about it, you stupid little idiot? Now we're gonna have to kill her.
Nobodies. They all deserve to die. Like Bobo setting me up for that filthy money. He never cared about me. It was Him and your nobody Kate plotting against us all that time.
That dead girl in the bottom of the ravine. Who was she?
Nobody. Just like you.
Comet used you so he could be number one, right?
Nothing. Nothing, you nobody.
Hey, honey, cut it out. Come on, stop it.
Get off me. Get off.
Now, baby, listen to me. You're gonna need a hostage for a little while, okay? And after that, you can do anything you want to, all right?
You promise?
I promise.
Could we see your invoice book?
You don't understand how an invoice works. See, the customer gets the original, so I ain't got that. And I keep the carbon copy. But the lady, she took the carbon copy, so I ain't got that either.
You have any idea what the address was?
If I could remember that, I wouldn't need an invoice now, would I?
Excuse me. Here, is this where it was, this extra carbon?
Yeah, I think that's the one.
Larkin, 27, what does that look like to you? Is that a 313? 2713?
27180. 27180 Red Rock Lane.
Do you know where that is?
Well, you just go down the highway here about 2 miles, maybe 2.5, and then it's off to the left.
Thank you very
Can't miss it. It's so Johnson's old place. You know, you...
This ought to keep you from getting any fancy cop ideas. You know where we're supposed to meet, what you're supposed to do. All right. A little bit.
She wants to stay there. But then Bobo said if I didn't get the money, they were going to kill me because they said that if I didn't get the money, then Daddy said that I was going to be okay. But then Bobo said if I didn't...
Hey, Barnett, come in, will you? This is Crowley.
I was so scared. I was going to be okay that if I didn't get the money, though.
I got the band. We found the DeMarco girl. She says the Pep's back at the farm.
No one here. The place is deserted. You must have hidden the van in a barn, and that's about it.
Oh.
Hold it, Bill.
Yancey found this handbag in the barn. It's definitely Pepper's.
Bill, they just found Pepper's handbag.
Because they said...
Is there a gun in
it?
Empty.
Empty. No cuffs either.
Well, that's all right. So we'll take you to the doctor soon. You'll be in
Wait,
good shape.
Pete.
Yeah.
They just found Pep's handbag. No cuffs, no gun. Where's the policewoman? Peachy's lying. Hey, where's... Hey, get her! Grab her up! Stop her. Where is she? Where is she?
She's a nobody cop, your lady cop. Comet's gonna kill her. She's gonna be dead.
One of them took off cross-country in his chopper, probably got Pepper with him as a hostage. Now, Yancey found some fresh tracks that indicate they went off in that direction. And this is where we are right now.
See that, man? They'll probably take these back roads to this right away down to the main highway. I'll take the North Ridge.
Now, I'll circle around the back and meet you. Crawford!
Yo.
Get the guys moving. Parnell, Arnold,
Yeah,
you stay on my tail. We've got him. He's turned off on Route 8 eastbound.
She's got a beautiful voice.
Fantastic.
My mom recorded it for me just before she retired. She wrote me a letter. Would you get it for me, Bill, please?
Here.
Caro mio?
Caro mio. She said she wanted to come over and take care of me, you know. So I called her this morning. I said, look, Mom, it'd be a lot easier for you and a lot better for me if I went over there.
You going to Italy?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey.
Besides, I told her I might be taking along a friend.
Oh, you fell in love with the nurse.
Yeah, how'd you guess? Only she's not who I had in mind.
Yeah, it's terrific. You've never been to Italy, have you, Pep?
No.
I always told her she ought to go to Italy. I think I better get back to work.
Oh, wait for me, will you, Bill? I need a lift.
Okay.
Ciao.
Ciao. Ci vediamo subito, eh?
Grazie.
The nurse comes in.
Let her find her own fella. Listen, I got it all planned. First, we go to Capri. Spend a couple weeks there, give or take a month, you know, just so I could rest.
Rest?
We'll do our best. Then we go on to Rome, and then Florence. Oh, there's such a great restaurant in Florence. You'll love it, yeah. And then to Venice. Yeah, what do you say?
Rick, you know I adore you, but not this time around.
No brass ring, huh?
I tell you what, here's a dime, and when you get back, you try my merry-go-round. Don't lose that dime.
No, I won't. Hey, you gonna come visit me tomorrow?
You give those stale chocolates to that nurse when you tell her goodbye, and you got a deal.
Won't change your mind, huh?
Capri? Rome? Florence? Venice? You sure make it tough to say no. See you in the morning.
Bye. Italy's a great place for a honeymoon. I'm going to make up a list of the places I want you to see when you get there.
I wish you were.
There's a place in Rome. I know Rick will know all this, but there's a place called Piazza Navona with all the Bellini fountains. And it's, you sit there just at dark as the sun goes down.
I'll have to try to remember that one.
There's a place, I want to tell you about a place too at Capri. You guys don't want to pick your own places anyway.
Crowley, you nut. Who'd ever go on a honeymoon without you?
Pregnant. At first I looked for an abortion, but Minner talked me out of it.
A great-looking couple from Vegas who want to adopt a baby. Well, she wants a kid, and we don't want to screw up her figure.
Go right at him. Drop down as quick as you can and go right at him, man.
You ready for a helicopter ride?
Oh, you're taking me to the desert for a long weekend?
No, it's more like the mountains. A small plane went down about an hour ago near Lambria.
Drugs?
Baby peddling. Maybe.
Huh?
Probably.
You want to lay that on me again?
Well, there were 3 women aboard and a pilot. They're all dead. The whole area is strewn with baby clothes, and yet the women aren't visibly pregnant, and they couldn't find any babies. I just talked to the DA's office, Schreiner.
Oh, I've switched him off TV a couple times.
Yeah, well, he and the department have been looking into this baby thing for a long time. He wants...
Headlines.
Sergeant Crowley?
That's right.
I'm Boswell, Sheriff's Homicide Bureau.
Roosevelt, this is Sergeant Anderson.
How do you do?
I wish my partner looked as good. The plane's a rental out of San Carlos. FAA is sending out an investigative team.
Anything on the victims?
Well, it's a pilot, 2 young girls, a third woman not much older. No survivors, of course. Here are the IDs. That's the pilot, Higgins. The 2 girls.
No, they're both from the city. Student body ID cards.
From different schools.
Across town.
It's really kind of strange. Money and fraternity clothes all over the place. It could be connected to that ring your department's working on.
How much money did you find?
Well, I picked up at least $2,000 so far. Mostly $100 bills.
It's Valerie.
God.
Sam. Can you talk about it, Sam?
Yeah.
There were 2 other girls on the plane with Valerie. Their names were Tammy Dean and Marilyn Johansson. Do you recognize them at all?
No.
You see, we think...
What?
Well, we think maybe they may have been involved in a baby selling ring.
What are you talking about? What baby selling ring?
We're not sure of anything yet. But the last time I talked to Valerie was at your anniversary party, remember? And she told me how much you both wanted a child. And she also told me about the problem.
Operation.
Yeah, she told me that.
She was coming back so good.
She also, she mentioned adoption.
We were on some lists, some waiting lists. We applied.
Yeah, that can take a long time.
Wait a minute, Crowley. No. What are you saying here, huh? Look, there wasn't anything we didn't talk about.
Sam.
Sam, will you take it easy? We're just looking for possibilities. Nobody's suggesting anything.
Do you know why Valerie was on that plane?
No. She said she had the day off. She was going to go visit some friends. Drive. I want in on this with you.
No way, Sam.
No way. Look, this is my wife we're talking about.
Hey, Bill?
Hey, Joe.
Oh, Sam. I'm sorry.
Yeah, what is it, Joe?
The Civil Aeronautics people upstairs in the chief's office. He wants to see you up there.
Okay, tell him I'll be up as soon as possible.
Well, he'd like to see you up there now.
Well, your hunch was right. Both of those girls had just given birth. Now, the Doran woman was
Yeah, we know about the hysterectomy. Listen, Doc, both girls have given birth how recently?
within 48 hours.
Really?
What about the pilot?
His liver was pickled. He was much more than just a social drinker, so the alcohol content isn't at all unusual in his type. But the traces of chlorohydrate are.
The pilot was drugged?
Mickey Finn.
Enough to have caused the crash?
No, I'd say so, yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't expect him back for... Hold on. He just walked in. Frank, the call from Mexico on line 2.
Thanks, sweetheart. All right, Buenas, what happened?
Hold on, Frank.
How did the girls get on the plane?
I don't know. They were supposed to go out on a commercial flight.
Your handling of the Higgins thing was stupid. You're rushing to everything headlong. You're down there to exercise total control. You don't do that, we're all in the toilet. You've been there before, Doctor, and this time I'm not pulling you out.
I am in control, Frank. That's why I had to take care of Higgins the way I did. He was getting greedy and threatening. And there was a cop's wife down here looking to do business. She might have been a plant. I'm telling you, Frank, I don't want anything even smelling of cops near me ever again.
No, I'm telling you. From now on, you clear everything with me, understand? Until things ease up here, I'm running both ends of this operation.
I need another.
I could use one, too.
Hey, Sam.
Sam?
Sam, what are you doing here?
I called the bank this morning. Valerie, the day before yesterday, she withdrew some money from our savings. $6,000.
$6,000?
Now, look, Bill, if she was doing something about getting a baby, and the pilot was drugged, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That means that they killed my wife. Now, you gotta let me work on this case.
Sam.
Now, look, you see, this is a gasoline fill-up chip from a Mexicali airport here. Now, if they're running a baby-selling operation, it's coming out of Mexico, you see, and
Sam, listen, I don't want you interfering in this case. I spoke to Parks. I'm sorry, Sam, but look, as of this morning, you're relieved of all duties, and I want you to take 2 weeks off.
You really should take a rest, Sam.
How in the hell? Tell me.
Hey, wait a minute, Schweiner. Wait a minute. This distraught guy that you're talking about, the one that keeps butting in, as you put it, this is a man whose wife just got killed in one of the dirtiest businesses around. Now, I told him to lay off. I'm going to tell you the same thing, Schweiner. You lay off. You lay off my team. You lay off me. You lay off this whole case. You understand that until we get it cleaned up, okay? Stupid jerk. Eric.
He just wants to get in the papers.
Yeah, more like the comics.
You know what really blows my butt? When this jerk ran against his superiors in the primaries, I voted for him.
Well, you're weird.
What is that you're drinking?
Pumpkin shake.
I'm weird? All right, Pepper, let's get cracking on this thing. Check out the families and friends of the dead girl. See what you can come up with. Joe, Pete, cover the pilot. Background, plane rentals. Talk to San Diego. See if they got anything on illegal flights across the border, okay? Let's go.
Can I hit it up?
Oh, here, Dad.
Thanks, man.
Got a meeting upstairs, and I'm going to go to City College and talk to the people that Valerie worked with.
Okay. Bill?
Yeah?
Sam needs you.
Okay, I'll talk to him.
Hello, Sam.
Cindy?
I'm so sorry.
Cindy, do you know why she was on that plane? Did she tell you anything about it at all?
Oh, Sam. Please don't hate me. It's all my fault. It's all my fault.
Look, now whatever happened, I need your help. Please. Now, was she buying a baby?
Sam, she never told you.
What?
How miserable
miserable she was after the operation. She wanted to give you a child so badly.
But to buy one.
Oh, God, she was only going down there to look. Then come back and tell you about it.
She took money out of the bank.
Sam, these people don't even talk to you without seeing money up front.
Who are these people? How'd you find out about them?
I introduced her to this guy, Howard Minter.
Checkout stand. Okay, thank you very much.
Finally made it to the hangar.
Take one up.
Really? Can you fly? Sometimes I find.
Hi, fellas.
Greetings.
What kind of plane can I put you in today?
Well, I'm afraid we're gonna have to skip the plane trip. We're from the police department. We're gonna see the manager.
That's me, Ernie Hernandez. I'm the manager, pilot, mechanic, whatever you need.
Take the manager.
What do you want?
Your plane that went down to Lambia. Was it November 137 Romeo, Quebec? What can you tell us about it?
It was bad, but we're insured. What else is there to tell?
That pilot, was it Jeff Higgins? Was he a regular customer of yours?
Yeah, he rented a lot. Couldn't keep him out of the sky. You know, some guys are golf nuts. Higgins was a flyer.
How well did you know him?
I had a drink with him once. I guess he loved the sauce, you know, maybe a little too much. But he was a hell of a pilot. Hey, he's ace in the war.
All right.
The big war.
Well, did he ever give you any indications that he was into something shaky?
Not at all. Anything else?
What about flight plans? Don't you have to have those?
They're not mandatory.
Why is that?
Well, you only file them for protection. If you get lost, they come looking for you. Otherwise, this is just like renting a car. You only need to be checked out in the plane and a different license.
Howard? Howard.
I'll get it. Okay, you wait here. Look, why don't you go, okay? And I'll wait here for you.
Sam.
No, go on. Go on, will ya? Go on.
For school. It was her last year. She was so close to getting her degree.
What about Tammy's parents, Janet?
She didn't have any. She didn't have anyone. That's probably why she got pregnant. And then she went to Mexico to have her baby. Then to sell it. And now she's dead.
Do you have any idea how she made the connection?
I don't know.
Where did she get medical care?
I don't know. She mentioned some clinic on Alamino Street.
That's a pretty long stretch.
I don't know. I don't know exactly where it was.
Do you mind if I have that picture? I mean, we looked through her effects. She didn't even have a driver's license.
She couldn't afford a car.
May I help you?
Yes, I'm with the police department. I'm Sergeant Anderson. I'd like to see the medical records of a girl who might have been a patient here recently.
Yes, certainly. What's her name?
Her last name is Dean, Tammy Dean. She was killed the day before yesterday in a plane crash with 3 other people.
Oh, yes, I read about that. I don't recognize the name. Of course, there were a few who used, aliases.
Yeah. Would this help? This is her picture.
Sergeant, I'm head nurse here, and I know all of the girls, and I've never seen this one before.
How about this one, Marilyn Johansson?
Is she the other girl in the crash?
Yes.
I know I'm no help to you at all, but she's never been here either. I'm sure you've tried other clinics in the area.
A couple so far.
I don't know what to say, except that if I get some information from some of the girls or friends of mine at the other clinics, I'll certainly let you know.
Oh.
I will. May I have your card?
Yes, of course. That'll be a big help.
It's no trouble, believe me.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Jeannie?
Hello. You Miss Lewis?
Yes?
I'm Bill Crowley with the police department. I'm a friend of Sam Doran's. I'd like to talk to you about Valerie. You mind?
All right.
Can I sit down?
Yes.
You see, we're investigating Valerie's death. I thought maybe...
Look, I already told Sam everything I know.
When did you talk to Sam?
Just a while ago.
Where? Here? Was he here?
Yes.
Where's he now?
I took him to see the man who arranged the plane flight for Valerie.
And what happened?
Wasn't there.
Where's Sam now?
Waiting for him. I told him I didn't think it was a
What's
good
the
idea.
address?
1400 Bundine Circle.
50 to 52 requesting black and white assistance, 1400 Bundine Circle.
You got 2 choices, Minter. Okay, either you take me to the head peddler or you can take your last breath. Look, I said it! Now you gonna take me to your scum friends? I don't know what you're talking about. Like I'm gonna kill a cop. I am the cop. Now what is it gonna be? You got a car?
It's out back.
Let's move it!
Hey, guys. I'm Sergeant Crowley. Look, here's what's happening. We may have a little trouble in 328. Do me a favor, take the rear here, but if anybody comes out, hold them. Don't shoot anybody. I don't want anybody hurt.
Get him.
Come on, out you drive.
Sam?
How's Sam?
He's fighting hard. Well, I'm sorry. This is Sergeant Pepper Anderson, Cindy Lewis.
Yes, hi, we met at Val's that time.
This is so crazy. Minter said he was helping people, not hurting anyone.
Cindy, how did you get involved in all this?
I'm pregnant. He's married. At first I looked for an abortion, but Minter talked me out of it. He said he could help me and other people.
How?
He said he knew this agency that could place the baby, give me free medical care, a trip to Mexico. They'd pay all the expenses, and they'd pay me $1,200, which, like most everybody else, I can use. I mean, I know that's a crass way of putting it, but
This agency, what's it called?
Lifeline.
Lifeline?
What do you know about them?
I've heard they place the babies in good homes, couples with money, mainly here in Southern California and in Arizona, Colorado, Nevada. They'll even fly babies anywhere.
What are you doing here? Anybody see you come in?
No, listen. I need help. I gotta get out of here. I just shot a cop.
You what? Are you crazy, man? The heat's crawling all over the place because of the crash.
Look, you gotta get me out of town.
Yeah, I sure do. Come on.
You must appreciate the delicacy of the situation, Phil. We offer a very special kind of service with extremely fragile merchandise. And in the current market conditions, prices bottom out at $10,000. And that's rock bottom. When were you thinking? Excuse me, Phil.
Hernandez is on line 1. He says it's an emergency.
What is it, Ernie?
Yeah, boss, it's Minnery. He killed a cop.
Where is he now?
He's in the storeroom. He wants to get out of town. Okay. Fine.
Now, come on, Phil. Let's breathe some life into this situation,
Is it okay?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Oh, man. I don't care where they put me.
You okay?
I can't tell you how for nearly 4 months I've hated going back to this empty apartment.
Cindy, why didn't Valerie arrange to adopt your baby?
Val and I talked about it, but we were afraid we were too close. And she thought I might want it back someday.
Think that might have happened?
I don't know.
That's how this rotten business gets started. It starts with bewildered, frightened young girls like you, pregnant girls, and can end up with lifelong victims.
I'm not a victim.
Well, maybe you're not. But what about the babies? What about all the babies who can't protect themselves? They're bought and sold, sometimes with less care than livestock. Let's face it, Cindy, the bottom line is it's no different from slavery.
Crowley, yeah. Good, put him on. Pep, come here, I want you to hear this.
Buenas noches, Sergeant Crowley. Lieutenant Garcia here. I have some of the information that you wished.
Fine. Lieutenant, listen, I put you on the speakerphone because I got Sergeant Anderson here. She's listening in. She's working on the case with us.
Fine, fine. First, you were right. Higgins had several drinks at the airport bar before the flight. There were a few people there that could have placed the drug in his drinks. Second, one man recalls that Higgins was seated at the bar with a young woman when he was approached by two other American girls who asked him to take them along.
You mean they just hitched a ride?
Apparently. Their plane was delayed.
And since Higgins knew them, he agreed.
Anything else?
There have been rumors about the sale of babies in this area. We will continue to investigate.
Okay, Lieutenant. Thanks very much. We'll be looking forward to hearing from you.
Nos hablamos. Hasta luego, Sergeant Crowley.
Well, looks like we're going to have to build ourselves a bridge between here and Mexicali.
Pepper. Now, picture this. A great-looking couple from Vegas who want to adopt a baby.
Us.
Us.
Okay, so I'm a showgirl from Vegas and you're?
I'm your very rich husband. Let's see. I own motels. Lots of them.
Waterbeds?
Yeah. No, this is a class act.
Okay, so how do we duke ourselves in?
I'll contact Las Vegas PD, get a rundown on one of the agency's fly-by-night operations, get the background, and just try cold duke in.
What about names?
Names. I'm Tom Ralston. You're my wife, Melissa.
Melissa? No, there was one in high school. She got away with football captain. No.
How does Bernice grab you?
Bernice?
Well, when I was captain of the high school football team, Bernice used to grab me.
Bernice. Okay. Bernice.
Mr. Armitage's office?
Mr. Who?
Armitage.
Oh, I must have dialed the wrong number. I wanted the... What is it, Tom?
It's the Lifeline Agency, honey.
The Lifeline Agency.
Who's calling, please?
Are you sure I have the right number? I'm Mrs. Ralston, Bernice Ralston, calling from Las Vegas. And are you sure I didn't dial the wrong...
You have the right office, Miss Ralston.
Oh, it's Mrs.
Is there something that we can do for you?
Yes, we're interested in getting a baby.
I see.
Tom and I hear that you are a placement outfit, agency, right?
Mrs. Ralston, may I ask, by whom were you referred to us?
The Helping Hand people here in Vegas. They say that you help out in situations like this. Couples who are anxious to have a baby.
Yes. We're unique in that we can avoid the usual complications and delays. Of course, we would have to meet with you and Mr. Ralston.
No problem. You can send somebody here anytime you want to, and we'll be glad to talk to them.
I'm afraid it has to be the other way around. We always interview our clients here.
Tommy.
Yeah, honey?
They want us to go see them.
Oh, why's that, honey?
It's their policy, and they're not going to send a baby here.
Well, you tell them I'll fly my plane down there and pick them up myself, honey.
Honey, please.
Oh, I guess so.
Tommy says wonderful.
Good. If you can give me your phone number and address in Las Vegas, Mr. Ralston's occupation, things like that, and when it would be convenient for you to fly out and discuss the details. Frank Armitage, the head of our agency.
Mr. Armitage, I'm Tom Ralston.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Ralston.
Pleasure's mine, sir. This here is Mrs. Ralston.
A real pleasure.
Thank you.
Well, can I make you a drink?
I can go for a little straight scotch.
Well, please, make yourself comfortable.
Honey, one for me, too?
You sure, sweetheart?
Yes.
You know how you get? Better make that 2. Better make hers on the rocks.
Of course. How was your flight?
Bumpy.
Well, perhaps these will help. Let's see, that's 1 straight.
There you go.
And 1 on the rocks.
You make a heck of a bartender there, Mr. Armitage.
Thank you.
Here's to the little mother.
Oh, you're so sweet to me.
Because you're so sweet to me.
Well, how come you're not sweet to me like that, partner?
You got a few things missing, buddy.
Really?
So, when do we get to see them? Where are they?
The babies? Well, they're at a clinic some distance from here. And of course, there are certain things that we'll have to attend to first, certain screening processes.
There weren't supposed to be any complications.
Well, I'm sure you can understand there are certain
Mr.
problems.
Armitage. How much?
Well, now, that, of course, depends upon your needs.
Well, she wants a kid, and we don't want to screw up her figure.
A boy.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be a boy. And let me tell you something. It's got to be from good stock. No runts or rannies. You know what I mean?
We're very careful.
Uh-huh. How much?
30,000. Half in advance.
Please, honey.
Well, it better be a winner.
I'm sure you'll be very pleased.
Yeah. How soon can you put it together?
I'll begin immediately. Meanwhile, I'll have you driven back to your hotel.
Well, that was short and sweet. Thanks for the drink.
My pleasure.
Listen, do the best you can, all right? I got to get back to Vegas.
Of course.
Come on, Bernie.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Armitage.
Bye.
Thank you.
Honey?
Oh, sorry.
Wow.
They smell good for it, Rita. I want you to handle this personally while I check them out from top to bottom. Go with them.
Thank you. There you go. Oh, here goes some red.
Good morning.
Hello.
Morning.
Morning.
Great day for a flight, huh?
Yeah, the weather's cleared up very well.
It's like back home.
Hi.
Is that the plane we're flying in?
That's the plane.
Kind of small, isn't it, honey?
Oh, it's a first-class airplane.
Is that the regular plane you use all the time?
That's the one. Yep. Did you bring the envelope, as they say?
Yeah. It's right off the press.
Brand new, fresh, crisp $100 bills.
Very impressive.
Yeah, well, I don't mess around.
Neither do we. Miss Vaughn will go with you and make sure that your trip is both pleasant and rewarding. Have a pleasant flight.
Okay, thanks very much.
Oh, Ernie! Let's get this very good project off the ground.
Shall we go?
This is a regular plane you use, huh?
We're lucky to have Ernie on this flight. He's from Baja California and knows the area thoroughly.
Yes, but can he fly?
Ah, they're coming after all.
Who was that?
Our chief nurse and 2 of our expectant mothers. They'll be traveling with us.
Honey, I just have to get off my feet. Help me into the plane,
Sure,
will you?
babe. What's your head, babe? What's the matter, baby?
Ryder is the head nurse for one of the clinics. She can blow this whole thing.
You got your dark glasses?
Yeah. Here.
Get that.
Oh, hi, Rita.
Hello.
Mary, Helen.
Hello,
Come on.
girl.
I want you to get on board now. You're going to have a great trip. Everything is going to be just fine. You hear? We got to take good care of them, Rita.
Of course. Oh, Mrs. Harris, this is Mr. Ralston. Girls.
I'm happy to know you, Mr.
Nice to know
Ralston.
you.
Was that your wife I saw just getting on the plane?
Yes, ma'am. Why?
Because no matter whichever baby she chooses, I know she's going to be very pleased. And if she's not, I'll hear from her as soon as you both get back.
Aren't you going with us?
Me? Oh, no, I'm scared to death of anything smaller than a 747.
That's too bad. It's nice meeting you.
You'll be on your way just as soon as I get this luggage on board.
Here, let me take care of that for you.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Believe me, it's my pleasure, man.
You have a nice trip.
These prices, it better be. It's a nice lady.
Oh, I'm sorry I didn't get to meet her.
Me too.
Everybody comfortable?
We're all ready.
Air detection, please.
Well, I'll have to give the feds credit. They got a good set of mechanical ears.
Give me the radar room, please. Lieutenant Garcia, about how far south is it effective? Oh, we could track them to Panama if we have to.
Hello?
Hello? This is Lieutenant Garcia in Mexicali.
Yes, Lieutenant, this is radar in San Diego. We expect the transfer in about 20 minutes.
What do you have on our surveillance aircraft?
If they're heading south, we'll give them to you as soon as they get south of the border.
Right. Well, we can expect a transfer to San Diego Center in about 20 minutes.
Muy bien.
And it won't be long now, gentlemen. Radar shows him southbound. LAX Center will transfer them to us just west of San Clemente. And then we will know this place where they sell babies.
Oh.
Hey. Hey, well, this is nice.
Oh, it's good to be back on the ground.
Are you feeling better?
Oh, yeah.
Are you, honey? How's that flat little tummy?
Well, we're lucky, you know, we had such a smooth flight. Sometimes coming over the hills, it's really very bumpy.
Oh, yeah?
Well, it was pretty bumpy then. But I'm all right.
I'll show you your accommodations.
Miss Vaughn.
Yes.
May I speak to you for just a moment, please?
Of course.
Please, forgive me.
Why don't you folks wait for me inside?
We'll do that.
Yes, ma'am.
I think Alice would top 8.5 on the breathalyzer.
She must know the pilot.
The only way to fly. Hello.
How are you?
Radar reports the plane has landed at these coordinates, in this vicinity. That's about a 20-mile area.
Well, that sure narrows it down.
My pilot and I know it very well. We will find it.
He sure takes his time.
He's a very busy man.
Well, so is Tom.
Honey,
and
if the man is busy, the man is busy. So cool.
I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. I'm Dr. Winus, chief of the medical staff here.
Doctor, this is Mr.
Dr.
Ralston.
Winus, I'm Tom Ralston.
It's a pleasure. I hope your accommodations are comfortable.
They're fine. This here is Mrs. Ralston.
Pleasure.
Bernice. My name is Bernice.
As I explained, they're interested in getting a very special baby.
Well, the best way to select one is with your heart.
Well, what do you say, Bernie? You get the pick of the litter.
Well, honey, my heart just doesn't see anything I like. They all kind of look like prunes.
Huh? What do you say, Doc? Is this it?
Well, it takes about 2 weeks for him to fill out and have that beautiful look that we're all so used to.
But 2 of our girls are due tonight, or tomorrow.
Good. We'll see how well they do.
But you must understand, Mrs. Ralston, all newborns look pretty much alike.
Well, you must understand, Miss Vaughn. My wife just doesn't want any of these. So we'll wait around for the right little fellow, okay?
That's right. What can we do around here? I feel like a burrito, honey. Or are there some sights we could see?
What is there to see, Doc?
Well, perhaps you'd like to see our beach. It's lovely.
Could we, honey?
Yeah, we can go walk on the beach.
Alice, would you?
Yes. Let me show you the way. Please follow me.
Thanks, Doc.
See you later.
Okay, hotshot. Now that we got rid of the nursey, you want to tell me what all that eyeballing was about between you and the doctor?
Yeah, I'll tell you. The doctor and I know each other. He hasn't placed me yet, but he's working on it. Big surprise. He's a wholesale butcher who got his license yanked about 6 years ago. Had an abortion clinic in the valley, and quite a few of his patients died.
And you helped nail it.
Small world, huh?
I hope it's small enough for Pete and Joe to find us.
Mr. Ralston, Mrs. Ralston.
Yeah.
The doctor wanted me to tell you.
Oh, one of the girls is having the baby?
No, not yet. We gotta let nature take its time. But he was worried about you being bored, you know, and didn't want that to happen, seeing how important you are. He thought maybe you and the missus would like to go out on a boat and see the bay.
Yeah, sure, that sounds good.
All right, let's.
Okay, follow me.
Darling.
It's beautiful out here, isn't it?
Yeah, just like in movies. Ah, the wind, the sky, the spray ruining my hair again.
The sharks?
What?
These waters are full of sharks.
Oh, you're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
He smiles like one.
I'm just glad Dr. Frankenstein didn't recognize you.
Maybe I'm not that memorable.
I'd be very embarrassed to have you think that, Sergeant Anderson. You're most memorable. Even after these many years, 6, isn't it? 6 very long years. But that's unpleasant reminiscence. Unfortunately, you've intruded into my exile. Prosperous, but sometimes lonely exile. Now, I'd appreciate it if you'd turn around. Now, turn around. Walk. Don't stop.
Go right at him. Drop down as quick as you can and go right at him, man.
Hold it! Hold it!
Throw that line, Pep.
Uno se cayó al agua.
Looks all right now.
Hey, Pep, hang on. They're kind of pretty here. Sam, I didn't tell you. They found Miller's body washed up on a beach. Listen, I know it's no consolation to you, but we got an airtight case against the rest of these guys. For sure.
Bill, you and Pepper, at least it'll happen that much less.
Let's hope so.
Thanks.
It's a hell of a problem.
How are you feeling?
Okay.
Have you made a decision yet?
No. He made it for me. He kicked for the first time today.
20,000. And I guess I've just solved my first homicide.
You really believe in all this justice and fair play, don't you?
Most people call it democracy.
Hey, Frank! Wait there! Hold it! Hold it! Grab it!
Well, I can explain all of that.
Murder once, and friend.
Crowley. What? Yeah, Powers. What, you want us... All right, where? Listen, just stay out of sight and keep tight till we get there, okay?
Get where?
That fuzzy-faced hot dog.
Danny Powers?
You got it. Why do I always get stuck with the eager beavers?
He's not such a bad guy. Besides, you can use some help.
I don't need any hot dogs. Where are Pete and Joe?
They're waiting for you in the parking lot.
Let's go.
Now, your memory is shot. I drew the oral boards this week, remember? By the way, the applicants are way up. They're getting smarter by the year, too.
My memory's not the only thing that's shot.
I noticed.
Well, you took your time. Sure, Howard. Didn't realize we were a personal standby team. Here we go again. Look.
Okay, what's going down?
You know those residential 211s that have the brass going up the wall?
Should. They've been assigned to us.
Not anymore. It's my case now. The crooks and the loot are supposed to be behind a funhouse over here. Come on.
How do we know he's in there, really?
Tell him, will you, Styles? I've been trying for 3 months, but he doesn't hear so well.
Peter, Danny's got his sauce.
Yeah, I know. He's about the best thing to happen to police departments since snitches.
Look, are we going to trade notices or are we going to do...
fall in love. Why don't we get at it, huh? You two cover the front. I wish you take the back with me.
Hey, Frank! Wait there! Hold it!
Hold it! Police! Drop it! Drop it up, blow your head off.
Where's the rest of the stuff? Huh? Where's the rest of the stuff?
Plant your face.
Where's Royston?
He's checking out the loot.
Well, aren't you going to welcome me aboard?
Let's get these turkeys wrapped up.
Arrest reports, property reports, and follow-ups. Now, do you think anybody would get upset if I took off a minute for lunch?
Thanks a lot, P.
Okay, Bill. You know, most guys I know usually do their own paperwork, especially when they take the collar count. But, oh well, tra-la-la. Oh, by the way, what's he doing with the captain now?
He's getting out of work.
You keep up the good work now, lad.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
You're welcome aboard.
Thank you. Thank you. It's going to be great.
I saw. A pat on the back from him is unheard of.
I know it. I never would have believed it. You know, 2 months ago, when I was first assigned to detectives, that captain wouldn't even speak to me. You know what he just said just now?
What'd he say?
He said, Powers, I know that I've been prejudiced against young detectives in the past, but you've proven yourself very capable.
That's it?
That's it. Are you kidding? For him, that's like handing out a Nobel Prize. Look, I'm almost done here. How about lunch?
Well, if you want to make it fast, I only have an hour before the board convenes.
Sure.
Okay, I'll get my purse.
Wait, hold it. Here he is now. Powers, line 2.
Detective Powers? Yes, it went perfectly. When? All right, I'll be there in 30 minutes. That was my snitch. He wants to meet.
You want some backup?
Are you kidding?
He's a nice guy. Ease up on him, Bill.
Well, got a lunch date?
I did have.
Come on, I'll let you buy mine.
Oh, gee, thanks.
Yeah. My favorite cop. What it is. Had a good day.
Perfect. And Willie, as usual, your information was right on.
Of course, of course.
And the captain authorized $100 for this one.
Mm-hmm. You're not dropping my name around the squadron.
Are you kidding? I want you to all to myself, Willie.
Cop is eager.
You know the game. The better my numbers look, the better I look.
Mm-hmm. You know the market robberies? You heard about them?
Sure. The shotgun bandits? Do you have a line on them?
No, not exactly, but close. This fellow says he does.
Drew. Myron Drew. Never heard of him.
No reason you would. He's a basic, fine, upstanding citizen, only he got nailed by the Vice Squad for flashing a shopping center parking lot.
Right, and he doesn't want his business associates to know he's got that kind of hang-up,
Keep
right?
it in the closet, right, exactly. Drew says that if he can get to the charge either kicked down or dropped, he'll trade the market bandits.
Well, how do you know he has information to trade?
I don't, for sure. But the way I see it, it's worth a shot anyway.
Well, the way I see it, you're right, Willie. I'd trade a flasher for some bandits any day.
We're cooking then. He goes to court at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning.
I'll drop in on the judge at 8:30. And Willie, you might get 200 for this one.
The way I see it, for this one, I might get 20 grand.
Danny, you got a minute?
I have to get over to court.
Yeah, listen. You'll probably tell me this is none of my business, but it wouldn't hurt if you told me who your snitch is.
You're kidding.
The insurance company called. They know about our recovery. Now, I didn't tell them, and maybe your snitch did.
Well, maybe so, but that still doesn't say I should reveal my source.
Well, it wouldn't hurt, just to tell me. I might be able to give you a little insight.
I don't believe this. You're not turning green like the rest of them, are
I'm
you?
offering to help you,
Well, then
Daddy.
don't ask me to turn my informant. No good cop does that. You burn your snitch, your source dries up. You know that.
I am not saying you should burn him.
Well, that's what it amounts to, doesn't it?
You know, when I was in uniform, what really used to bug me
I'm sure you're gonna tell me.
Those hotshot rookies that want to sit in the driver's seat the first night out.
I gotta get back to the oral board again.
Anderson.
Yeah.
Kid's a hot dog.
Well, then maybe it's up to us to cool him off.
Sounds to me like she's got something going with that baby wonder, Crowley.
Have you discussed this with the city prosecutor?
Yes, sir, and he's agreeable. Said it would save him time.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you. Well, I can't disagree with the value in a plea bargain of this nature. Indecent exposure is just a misdemeanor. You do realize that the parking lot was in a public place and that there were children in the vicinity.
Yes, sir, I do, but I still feel that robbery suspects are worth the trade.
How long have you been with the police department, Officer Powers?
4 years, sir. But 3.5 were in a radio car. It's only the last 2 months that I feel I've been doing something worthwhile.
Then this plea bargain is something more than just robbery suspects.
Well, I suppose it has some relation to my career, yes.
I suppose it does at that. The court calls the matter of Myron Drew. Penal Code Section 314 is charged.
The people move to dismiss in the interest of justice, Your Honor.
Does the defense wish to waive probable cause?
The defense waives, Your Honor, and I might say my client and I are both surprised, but nevertheless grateful for the unexpected motion on the prosecutor's behalf.
I'm sure you are, counsel. Charges are dismissed. There will be a 20-minute recess.
All right, I've done my part. Now let's take the man to lunch and talk about robbery.
Wrong. No, he said up front he'll only talk to me.
Now, wait a minute, you didn't tell me anything about that.
That's the way it is. Hey, don't worry, you're gonna get your information. Even his lawyer doesn't know. Don't worry. You'll get your information.
Want some company?
Sure.
Thank you. Those kids trying to become cops. You should hear some of their ideas.
Why?
Why what?
You. Everybody in that squad room thinks I'm the plague.
I think you have the savvy to be a good cop. How about that?
But I haven't quite made it yet. Is that it? Like those kids over there?
Not quite. Not quite, Danny.
Well, you know, the captain disagrees with you.
The captain said thanks for the numbers. All I'm saying is there are plenty of us around to share our experience, if you listen.
Listen to what? Listen to what? A bunch of traditionalists saying there's no room for a young detective?
That'll wear off.
You know, when I was 13, my father died and left my mother with a mortgage on everything. The house, the car, everything. But she still managed to put me through college. And when I told her I wanted to go into this job, into law enforcement, she couldn't believe it. But she said one thing to me. Be the best you can, and don't take a backseat to anyone. So you see, Sergeant, I have something to prove to myself and to her.
You can be the best. Just give it some time. You're moving fast, Danny. Maybe a little too fast. Let it happen. We're a pretty good bunch of guys. We might even help you.
You know, it's amazing. I almost believe you mean that.
Give me a chance. I'll prove it.
Slow down, Danny. I'll help you, Danny. It's a bet, isn't it?
Huh?
You have money riding on this with the squad, don't you?
What?
Slow Danny Powers down. See what you can do.
Oh,
See if you
come
can
on.
keep him in line. Sergeant Anderson, I hope you don't lose too much.
Nice neighborhood, Mr. Drew.
Come on in.
I suppose this is what you want.
If that's $20,000, you know it is, Mr. Drew.
Well, it's part of our agreement. Isn't that right, Mr. Jacks?
That's right, sir.
Let's see. You said $10,000 for the judge and $5 apiece for the police and prosecutor.
You got a good memory. That's no conviction and no record of arrest as a sex offender. What are you doing?
I went to the bank this morning. I got the money, and I was more than ready to pay.
You're talking past tense, pal.
Near the bank, there's a place called the Crisis Intervention Center. I always wanted to stop in there, but before I was afraid. This morning, I went in there, Mr. Jacks.
Well, I'm not interested in what you did this morning or what you had for breakfast.
You will be. The people there told me that as a matter of routine, the city prosecutor in court allow a first arrest plea to trespass. That means I wouldn't have to register as a sex offender, especially while I'm receiving treatment, which I am now. They also told me that they know the judge. They know him to be fair and honest.
Shows you how much your shrinks know about the courts.
I called the judge, Mr. Jacks. I thanked him for his consideration, and he wished me well. He complimented me for working with the police. He also said something about armed robbery suspects. What does that mean, Mr. Jacks?
I don't know What else did you tell the judge?
I told him I was only trying to be a good citizen.
Well, enough with this. Just give me my money, okay?
There won't be any money. And there won't be anyone else victimized by your lousy racket.
What are you doing?
I'm calling the judge to tell him the truth about both of you.
You're not saying anything to anybody.
Crowley. Yeah, let me have it. Where? Okay. Try to keep it clean and pure till we get there, will you? Hey, Joe, let's move it. Radio car's got a homicide on Park Terrace, 1002.
Did you get a handle on who the victim is?
Yeah, male Calk, middle to late 40s. Hey, Peter, while we're rolling, how about getting us a quick rundown on the homicide victim, Myron Drew, 1002 Park Terrace?
What did you say the name was?
Myron Drew.
Crowley? You know, I've never been on a homicide before. You mind if I just tag along with you?
Yeah, come on, you can tag along.
Good, good. I just have some paperwork to do, and I'll meet you there, all right? I won't be a minute.
Take your time.
Oh, he's solving homicides.
Della, give me a rundown on a Myron Drew.
Then shoot it over the corner for comparison.
How was he killed?
Somebody bashed him on the head with that little statuette there.
Well, it's my first homicide.
Oh? Well, it's kind of simple. Powers, just remember the 2 O's. Observation and objectivity. You got that?
Yeah. May I take a closer look?
Sure, I'm sure he won't object.
Bill.
Yeah, Joe, what's shaking?
Well, this says maybe we have a robbery or an extortion motive.
What is it?
Withdrawal slip. Seems though he took out 20 grand from the bank sometime today. But all I find is a lot of paper and no cash. What's with him?
I think it's his first homicide.
It's great to be humble, huh?
What did you want me to do? I had no choice.
You're a fool, Willie. A damned fool.
Don't worry, I've got it all worked out. The money's enough to get me out of the country. In a month or so, when it's cool, I'll come back.
And if it's not cool?
Then I'll stay in South America. What do you want out of me?
All right. All right, but get moving.
You used me, Willie. You used me for your lousy, stinking shakedown.
What the hell is going on?
I don't know, Captain. Am I supposed to guess?
Come on, Crowley. The Myron Drew homicide and the $20,000 you told me he pulled out of the bank today.
We're still playing games, Captain. I don't know what you're talking about.
What I'm talking about, he was busted for indecent exposure. Yesterday he went to court and got that case dismissed. And yesterday, Detective Powers went to court and fronted that dismissal with the judge. For what? You tell me.
Maybe he can tell both of us.
Who's this guy, you snitch?
He did an end run on me. It's 20,000, and I guess I've just solved my first homicide. I wanted to say I'm sorry. It happened, but it's over now, and I'm sorry, all right?
No, it's not over. Not until you learn what that mistake was all about.
I think I know that.
Well, that's the problem. You only think you know.
What do you mean?
How to handle a snitch. It's called informant management, and you just don't know enough about it. If you did, you wouldn't have had Jax on your payroll.
But how am I supposed to know what he was doing?
Experience. You got to know all the rules that we play with our snitches. Now, rule number 1, you call the shots. It's what to do, when to stay home, what to do with your information. Number 2, you never deal with anybody except your direct source. Now, if you knew the game plan, you would have been talking to Drew, and you'd have found out that that creep Jax was just jacking you around.
All right, I'll admit that. I didn't play with the game plan. I made a mistake, but I still don't see any reason why those people have to gloat about it.
They're not gloating about it, Danny. They are waiting for you to settle in and learn the job from the bottom, and that requires some listening and following, and not leading. Not yet, okay?
I wonder how many other times he used me.
Howard?
Yes.
Need a report to the captain's office. IAD wants to talk to you right away.
What about?
That bondsman, Jax. He just got himself bailed. Now he's agreed to turn state's evidence.
State's evidence?
Yeah. He's alleging that you were in on the shakedown. In fact, he says you were in on all the shakedowns.
Mr. Everson?
You, what are you doing here?
We gotta talk.
No, we don't have to talk here.
Listen, you're in this as deep as I am. You wear your fancy clothes and you drive your big car because of favors that I've done for you. These so-called plea bargains.
Willie, I'm your lawyer now, and a lawyer doesn't meet his client in a public mall. Look, did I tell you what would happen if you fingered the cop?
Yeah, I did that.
And you're out on bail.
Yeah, but I'm not off the hook. They can nail me for murder.
Not unless you panic. My friend, you just don't understand the ways of the law. The DA would take a cop over a bondsman any day. It's good politics.
Yeah, well, why doesn't he do it then? Why doesn't he offer me immunity? I told him Powers was involved right from the start, just like you said.
That's the way they work. Don't worry, the way he went for your bait, no jury would ever believe he wasn't on the take. Go home, Willie. You'll get your immunity. Trust me. Trust me.
Hey, Anderson, you can sure pick him.
What's that supposed to mean?
Come on.
Hey, no, wait a minute. Come on, Tate. What is that?
Easy with the threads.
You got something to say with that smart mouth? Let's hear it.
You've been played an even-up sucker by that guy, and we're up to our necks with you fronting for him. Get back on the team, Pepper, or bow out. Is that what you wanted to hear?
No, I'm telling you that I believed him. His information was so good so many times.
There were 2 burglaries, and he collected the insurance reward on both of them.
I didn't know that. But even if I did, it isn't illegal.
Your half was.
There wasn't any my half. I took information from him. That was it.
Tell us about Drew again.
I approached the judge about Drew because supposedly he had information on robbery suspects.
But you never talked to Drew before you approached the judge.
No, Jax was to get the information.
Oh, come on, Powers.
It's the truth. Look it, I brought him in, didn't I? If I was conspiring with him, why would I arrest him?
Because you saw the handwriting on the wall. You knew they'd find out about the plea bargain.
I didn't.
Okay. Let's go down a new road for a while.
What new road is that?
Sergio Gonzalez. 4 months ago. Tell us about Sergio Gonzalez.
I talked to the DA about him.
Why?
He was up for heroin, possession for sale.
And you got the DA to reduce it to straight possession. And as a result, Gonzalez got straight probation.
Yes, but Gonzalez turned the Cuban shoplifting school, the one that I nailed.
Oh, did he now? You talked to him?
No. Jax gave me the information.
Did Jax give you a piece of the $10,000 Gonzalez paid for the reduced plea? That's what he paid, Powers. You've got his deposition and his bank record.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I thought you might say that.
You stay out of it, too.
What's this?
Pepper, please.
What? Did those guys choke a confession out of you?
It's not what it seems, Peppa. He's on temporary suspension pending investigation.
Why? They've proven nothing. Danny.
They've already made up their minds that I'm guilty. Forget it, Pepper, all right? Forget it.
You're gonna let this happen?
I'm only following orders. It's temporary pending
You
investigation.
said that. Dear God, can't you see what's happened? He got himself caught in this mess. You're responsible, and I'm responsible. We're all responsible. We let it happen to him.
So if he's clean, it'll come out in the wash.
With IAD investigating, forget it.
Pepper, stay out of it.
Yes, sir. City police, sir.
Some other time, all right?
Didn't you know? All the psychiatrists say this is the wrong time to be alone.
I never trusted them.
How about your friendly neighborhood cop?
Well, they really have me drawn and quartered, haven't they?
Not yet, they haven't. I want to help.
You mean that?
Yeah, it's part of the brotherhood. The same badge and all that.
Well, I wish there was something that could be done, but I don't think it's any use.
Don't say that. Just give me something to go on.
There's nothing. That's the problem. Coffee?
Uh-uh.
Jax gave me the information. Now I find out it's always for another reason, to shake somebody down.
Hey, wait a minute. The information was usually good.
Yes.
And the characters that you nailed in the funhouse, they were the righteous bandits, weren't they?
Yes, but I had to get the bail of a white-collar embezzler kicked down for that information.
And probably the guy didn't have the faintest idea about the 211 artists.
That's right. That's what it looks like now.
Then maybe that's our answer. And if I know Jax, it probably is. Uh-huh. Sit tight.
Wait a minute.
What?
What do you want to?
I'll let you know if it pans out.
I'll come with you.
That's even worse than sitting here alone. Just keep the faith. There was a snitch, Roland. Somebody rolled over on you.
Who was it?
Maybe it was the same guy who collected the insurance reward for those jobs. Or maybe it was the guy who rolled on you. To get a rich flasher off the hook and set him up in a phony plea bargain.
All right, who is it? Who's the snitch?
Play it back to me, Roland. Give me a line on your benefactor.
I don't know his name. He laid it out, took off part of the property. He was supposed to pick up the rest of it, just before we got nailed.
Would you recognize him?
Sure, I think I could.
Start looking.
Look, if you want somebody, you just show him to me. I'll tell you.
We'll do it my way. I want to be sure.
You have Powers? Yeah. Pepper happened to be there with you? She left. How long ago?
That's him. He's the one.
You want to testify to that?
What's in it for me?
Less than what you're looking at now.
I'll testify. What's that all about?
You're under arrest, pal.
No, I posted my bail.
Oh, we got a whole new string of counts to lay on you.
You're crazy.
Tell me about it. Roland is his name, and he picked you out of a lineup of mugs. Claims you're the one who hired him.
Well, I can explain all of that.
Murder one, friend. Roland cinches the noose. Drop it.
Pepper.
You had to do it, didn't you? You had to get yourself involved.
You could have cleared Powers, Captain.
You can't do anything. He's dead and you killed him.
That's it. You have the whole story. What more do you want?
All right. We talked to your pigeon in jail, and he verifies much that you said. But that doesn't give us the reason for you going to Jack's office yesterday.
Jax was a crook. I am a cop. I was following up a crime, okay?
Look, Pepper, we have information that you've been involved with Danny Powers.
Do you now?
Suppose you tell us about it.
Suppose you tell me all about your sex life. Or don't you have one?
You're being insubordinate, Sergeant.
And you're being nasty and nosy. Why did you two work at clearing Powers instead of loitering in the gutter?
Okay, Sergeant. Let's start over. From the beginning now. Now, yesterday it was said here...
Sit down, Sergeant Anderson.
Is that an order, headhunter?
Yeah, you can consider it that.
No, she can't. You see, Pepper works for me, and I give the orders around here.
Look, Crowley, she's out of line.
Yeah, I got one question for you. Now, you got the whole rundown here. You got the evidence, the gun, the struggle, right? Everything? Now, with that, is either one of you, got a charge or an allegation to lay on her?
No, not exactly.
I didn't think so. She's got work to do.
There's nothing here. At least nothing I recognize that would do us any good.
Just keep at it.
I'd be happy to, but keep at what? I don't even know what I'm looking for.
Powers, you're a detective. You hit something sometimes and it rings a bell. Then you just react to it, that's all.
Look, we've been over the list of every crook he turned for me. I don't know what else there is.
Well, that's what we've been trying to skull out. Listen, why don't we forget about all these crooks you caught for a minute? They were either set up or he just had some way of knowing about them. Let's think about all the so-called sources, the guys that you plea bargained for. How do you know about them? Drew, the Mexican doper, the white-collar worker who supposedly turned the guys in the fun house. I mean, how do you get into them in the first place to even suggest a deal for a plea bargain?
I don't know. Maybe they were all ex-clients.
Except the records don't say so. Huh. Well, they all had one thing in common. Each was arrested for a crime. Each went to jail. Damn.
What?
The defense counsel, who was he?
The only one I know is Drew's. Everson, Darrell Everson.
Well, that little bell just started to ring. Take a look at this, Bill. Dal Everson. He was the bulk of Jack's bail business.
Well, that's where we start. Darrell Everson. Every client. We'll need every court record you can dig up.
Now, wait a minute. Darrell Everson's one of the most respected lawyers in this town.
And one of the most powerful and richest.
That should make him a good suspect right there. Hello, Counselor.
Well, Sergeant Crowley, it's been a while. Let's see. The Andrews burglary case 2 years ago, you and that pretty blonde cop. What was her name? Pepper?
Let's try the Jack shakedown 2 days ago.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Talking about your client, Drew. He's dead. Jack's tried to squeeze him for 20 G's. When he wouldn't play, Jack's killed him.
Such a shame. That Jax, I never did trust him.
Then why did you have him on your payroll for the past 3 years?
I don't like your inference, Sergeant. Do you have something specific you'd like to discuss?
Yeah, I'm talking about a cop who got himself mixed up in Jack's nasty little game. I think maybe you could help get him off the hook.
How's that?
Everson Jax was your client, but he's dead. Now, your obligation for a confidential relationship is off. I want you to go to the internal affairs people and tell them the story, the true story, that he told you when he was in the slammer.
Sergeant, you know how those types are, always innocent. He told me nothing.
You know, that cinches it for me.
What?
This idea I have that you were in it just as deep as Jax was.
That's a very serious thing to say. You could be sued for slander.
Sue me. That'll get you a 68 Chevy and 2 double knit sport coats.
Good day, Sergeant.
Very well, just stay with it.
It's a great way to spend your lunch hour.
This is as good a time as any to start a fast.
Did you come up with anything new?
Well, let's put it this way. We got a lot of great potential.
Proof is what we need, Pete. Proof.
Yeah, no, that's what we don't have, proof. Not yet, anyway.
You just got a call from the DA's office.
Let me guess. He's just decided to drop the whole Drew idea as far as Powers is concerned.
No, he's gonna keep digging for more. See what he comes up with before he makes up his mind.
That's old news.
Internal Affairs says they got enough to go the administrative route right now. Powers gonna be terminated unless we come up with something fast.
You do any good?
Yep. I found the accountant and Gonzalez the doper. Both of them copped to paying off Jax after their pleas.
What about Dal Everson?
They both think he was in on it. But we got no direct statements to tie him up.
Smart lawyer.
Yeah, he knows his business. He gets just close enough without getting himself in a crack with the law.
Yeah, he sure knows how to bend it like a pretzel. I've tracked 2 years' worth of his cases. 95% plea bargain, and he never goes to trial.
I tell you, Joe, that proves zilch. We better pack up all these names and just go through them one by one.
Bill, you sure we don't have a loser here?
Not till we've lost.
Invite.
You know, the trouble with the law today is that nobody follows it. Circumstantial evidence is good in the code. You try to get one of these guys to go to court with it, they go into shock.
No criminal complaint on Darrell Everson.
That's right. Not a soul searching, no complaint.
Anybody hint that they'd like to have him disbarred?
It's not good enough, Joe. We gotta get him behind bars.
Even if you wore the hat, where would you get the rabbit?
DA calls it corroboration.
Yeah, it's a rabbit, nevertheless.
Yeah. Yep. You know, if we pull Pepper off those oral boards, pay a little visit to SID, we just might come up with a herd of rabbits.
It's a very complex law and very damaging. It even requires that you register with the police as a sex offender.
If this is a first arrest, see the public defender. He'll have it reduced to straight trespassing with no other charges. I'd like to speak with your attorney. Do you mind?
This is an outrage.
It certainly is.
You had better explain yourself.
Let's start with this.
This appears to be a list of my clients.
Your last client isn't on there, Willie Jacks. We've talked to just about everybody on this list, and there's a definite pattern that stands out. Plea bargaining followed by payoffs. The Jacks-Everson combination.
You run a lousy bluff, Sergeant Anderson. No better than your boss, Sergeant Crowley.
Circumstantial evidence is no bluff. We have it all now.
We're wasting our time, aren't we?
Well, that pattern is still there, and an awful lot of people would be interested in taking a look at it, particularly the Bar Association.
Try it. I'd destroy you.
Mr. Everson, I might not get it together today, tomorrow, or next month, but I will push for a hearing. Maybe the courts, maybe the bar. When we get there, it will not be innuendo. It will be the pattern of how you twist justice and squeeze the blood out of your clients.
Spoken like a true cop. You really believe in all this justice and fair play, don't you?
Most people call it democracy.
It's called opportunity, Sergeant. I've done well by it. And you could do the same if that fog of yours would ever dissipate.
You really have a rotten outlook on your profession.
It's made me a rich man. Rich enough to bury any funny little game you might try to play.
Like Drew was buried.
You really try, don't you? Reaching for some kind of confession, Sergeant?
You're just too smart for me.
And powerful. Remember that. Power. I could tell you everything about Jacks, Drew, and all the others. And it wouldn't help you a bit, Sergeant. You see, I'm the lawyer, and you're the cop.
I do believe you just made a confession.
Of course I have. One-on-one. And just who do you think those stupid judges would believe?
The stupid judge, Mr. Everson, believes the cops. How's that for one-on-one?
Your Honor, I...
Have him taken into custody. I'll personally issue a warrant.
Yeah. Wasn't 6 months ago.
And you paid Jacks after your court appearance?
5 G's. They knocked the beef down to petty theft. Said he had to pay off the judge, the DA, and the cops.
Did you ever see this man before?
Nope.
All right, tell me again, exactly what did your lawyer tell you about your reduced plea?
Not much. It was just like an understanding, you know?
No. Tell me about it.
I knew he knew, and he knew I knew. There just weren't no words spoke, that's all.
But you did meet Jacks after you hired your lawyer, Darrell Everson, didn't you?
Sure, that's right. He turned Jacks on to me.
All right, thank you. You can go.
Well?
You got any more, Crowley?
Captain, that was number 15. What do you want, the whole court docket? I think I had a pattern after number 5.
You're right. There definitely is a pattern here.
Sure, everything fits. With 15 of Jack's shakedowns, and every one of them Everson's clients, not one of them saw Powers. He wasn't in on any of their cases.
Mills? There's no direct proof that he wasn't involved, but Crowley's right. The pattern's there. The trial board would have to say there's not enough proof to find him guilty.
All right. The allegations, they'll be filed as not sustained. You can go back to work. Pick up your badge and gun. Officer Powers, you're going to be assigned to the juvenile detail until you get the basics down.
Yes, sir.
Well?
Powers not sustained. He gets his badge back and a kitty cop assignment. I'll see you later.
Crowley?
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's not more than I do for any cop.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Not sustained. That means I'm not really cleared, doesn't it?
You're still a cop, Dan.
Yes. But maybe in some people's minds, still guilty.
Well, welcome to the real world. You just be that good cop you wanted to be. Let it soak in. It's really up to you, Dan.
Yes, ma'am.
It's hot, isn't it?
Yeah. You're thinking about a nice cold beer, huh?
Yeah, and a nice big lobster. How's that sound to you?
Oh, great.
What do you say we have a go at Vinny's? On me.
They're serving lobster at Vinny's now?
Oh, yeah, they got a brand new policy. Flies them in from Maine. Fresh every Monday.
This is Tuesday.
Well, that's even better. They'll be bigger.
You're a remarkable man.
I appreciate the beauty.
You're a lovely girl, Francine. And I think we can help you.
That girl, that kid we ran into last night.
There's more to this.
We used to call it white slavery.
You have an opportunity that a few girls ever get, and I'm not going to let you spoil it.
Don't!
Give me the police.
Put it down, Joanne. Let's talk. There's nothing for you to worry about.
Please.
Anyway, we must have been sitting in the car for, I don't know, something like 6 or 7 hours. Nothing. I figured we were going to set a new record for stakeouts.
Well, you'd have to go a long way to beat Larry Miller. You know he sat out for 15 hours, him and his partner?
Yeah, well, anyway, Steve Wantner's going ape, see? So suddenly he gets this little glint in his eye. Now, we both had CC units because they just started issuing them to us.
I think I know what's coming.
It ain't a long one.
Well, let me finish the story, all right?
Okay.
Well, anyway, so he gets this glint in his eye. Well, he suddenly turns to me and he says, give me your radio. I say, why? He says, because I'm a sergeant and you're a lousy investigator. That's why. So I gave him my radio. So I said, okay. Well, I swear to you, this is true. He takes the radio, gets out of the car, walks over to a mailbox. He drops the radio in the mailbox. Without a word, he comes back, sits down in the car, and just sits there. Well, about 2 minutes go by, nobody said a word. Suddenly, this little old lady walks down the street. She sticks a letter in the mailbox. And the voice from down inside says, "I purely do thank you, ma'am."
I'm sorry. I heard this before.
Well, what did the lady do?
She said, "You're welcome," and walked off. What would you say to a mailbox?
Pepper, you make a great straight man.
Straight person.
Straight person.
All right. It's your turn, Joe.
No. I've told all my stories.
Oh, no, I don't want any more stories. I'm talking about Vinny's. It's your turn to buy.
It's Pepper's turn.
No, I'm sorry, guys. Pepper's got a hot date.
Really? Who?
Me.
Terrific.
You mean my driving, of course.
No, to be free for an evening. Oh.
There wasn't anything free about that $30 dinner.
It was Dutch, remember?
Well, that's Lib.
Yeah. Men's.
What's happening up there?
Whatever, let's not get involved.
That looks like Milt. That is Milt Taylor.
Come on, folks.
Hey, Milt.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
What's happening here, officer?
Didn't you hear me, sir? There's nothing here to concern you folks, and we don't need onlookers.
Well, I'm not really an onlooker.
Sir, I don't care who you are. You have to move it.
Hey, Milt.
It's okay. Hi, Pepper. Bill.
Hey, Milt, how are you? What's happening here?
A young kid, maybe 15. He turned on the gas.
Dead?
Yeah. You know, I'll bet over the years there's been a dozen suicides in that old flea trap. Most of them kids under 20.
We're blocking traffic.
Yeah, I hope to see
I'll
you
see you
around.
later, Milt. Okay, take it easy.
Just routine.
That's why I never like working patrol. Nah, that kind of stuff. Just happy somebody else is handling it.
Okay, will do. What is this? Gonna be something new?
Well, you like Hawaiian music, don't you?
Yeah, I like Hawaiian music.
Well, then tell me exactly how many do you want?
How many? What do I want?
Oh, raffle tickets for the Policeman's Benevolent League. 2 weeks in Hawaii for you and Harriet. Think about that, Joseph. $20 and you got yourself a sure thing.
Got myself a sure thing.
Absolutely.
Tell me something. How do you propose to do that?
Well, I happen to have a little pull in the proper places. Why don't we just leave it at that?
Bill and Pep take any?
Pep took 5. Bill still got his hand in his pocket, but you know, that'll be coming out soon. You know, Harriet would really appreciate, you know, basking on the beach, sipping Mai Tais.
You're not trying to bribe me now, are you?
Think about it, will you? All alone, no telephones away from here? In Hawaii?
2 weeks in Hawaii. Basking in the sun.
That's right.
I'm gonna put our life in your hands.
You got a deal.
K-L-E-M-E-N, right? I-N. M-I-N, okay. Got it. Yeah, we'll be waiting right here for him. Okay, Captain. We'll see you then. Right.
What was that about?
That girl, that kid we ran into last night.
The suicide. It wasn't a suicide?
Oh, all the evidence says it was. They got prints on it. Joanne Clement, Dayton, Ohio. Turned 16 last month. The runaway. Sounds commonplace.
But it isn't.
The folks just flew in. They're in Barnes' office now. He's sending them down here, then he wants to talk to us.
There's more to this.
Yeah. We used to call it white slavery.
I'd like to see Mr. Victor, please.
Is this in reply to the newspaper ad?
Yes, ma'am.
Your name, please.
Laura Baker.
Now, please be seated. He'll be with you in a little while.
Are you involved with anyone?
Well, he doesn't own me. You know, we've only been together for a couple of months. I mean, you know.
What does he do, Francine?
He's a musician, Primal Scream.
Huh?
That's the group he's with. He plays the guitar.
Oh. Have you had any other involvements?
Yeah, there was a bass player, and then there was this bus driver.
Now, you're a lovely girl, Francine. And I think we can help you. But we're gonna need some pictures.
And you have a special photographer in mind.
Oh, no, we don't do that. Anyone you choose. Just so the pictures do justice to your charms.
I know what you mean. Thanks a real lot, Mr. Victor. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And you too.
Well, what do you think?
I think not. She's too experienced for my purposes.
Yeah. Well, she looks good, going on 18. I can use her in local films. Maybe loops.
That's your concern. I merely want quickly to get a replacement for Miss Clement.
She was our only child. Until a year ago, she'd never been away from home overnight. Not one night.
We did everything we could to find her. Private detectives, everything, you know.
Yes. Mr. Clement, I'm afraid we do know.
And she never tried to contact you?
Not until the other day when we got the letter. And she...
Well, for the first time in years, she seemed so happy. That's why we couldn't believe that she'd do what they say she did.
Joanne always wanted to be an actress, a dancer, something like that. We tried to talk her out of it. We told her it's a 1 in a million chance. We didn't want her to get hurt, but she was pretty stubborn.
Just exactly what was in the letter?
Well, it was like, I told you so. She said she just got this job, a real good job, a model. And she said she was going to travel all over the world. I mean, she seemed so happy.
No. Slowly, Miss Baker. Turn a little more slowly, please. Huh? Lovely. You're very lovely. Now, do your parents know you came here?
Oh, sure.
Now, be honest with me, Laurie.
Well, I know it'll be okay with them.
I hope so. Because you're a minor. And if we do get you assignments, your parents will have to give their approval.
My parents aren't here in town.
Oh? Where are they?
My mother's in Mississippi.
And you ran away.
I left. It was better that way.
When did you get here?
About 6 weeks ago. And I need the work, Mr. Victor.
I'm sorry. But without your parents' consent, you can't sign contracts.
I thought it'd be different if I came out here.
Anywhere in the country, Laurie.
There is one possibility. You see, Miss Baker, I represent a number of clients abroad. As you well know, American things are extremely popular in other countries. Music, food, fashion. Well, blue jeans, for example. The whole world wears blue jeans. And attractive young girls like yourself, well, they're very much in demand as models.
I could go to Europe?
The fact is, Miss Baker, if you wanted to, you could go most anywhere.
The ones they ship out, most of those kids, 15, 16. And they're all runaways.
So there won't be any parents around to make waves.
That seems to be the idea.
And they wind up in the Mideast.
A small sheikdom named Ramat.
Yeah, but Captain, you know, a little country like that, now that couldn't account for all the white slave traffic. It's got to be a clearinghouse, don't you think?
Right. From there, they ship them to hell and gone.
Charming.
Come on, come on. What do you want to eat?
Getting less and less hungry by the minute.
Well, then let's try the copper kettle. They serve small portions. The way we got it figured, Victor handles the legitimate end of the operation here.
And this Hattar?
Jamal Hattar?
Yeah. He's in charge of the slavery operations, right?
No, he works at it. I didn't say he ran it. We think the real boss is a guy by the name of Salim Daoud, a visiting college professor at State University. He came over here about 3 months ago, and right after he arrived, we began to hear the rumors.
Daoud.
We don't know too much about him, except that he's single and well-traveled, and understand he's quite a ladies' man. You know, Sergeant, I get the feeling that he'd really go for you.
Harriet, what do you mean we can't go to Hawaii? Pete said winning the raffle's a sure thing. The kids, well, they buy a couple extra tickets, half fare, and take them with us. Or we can leave them with your mother and make a second honeymoon out of it. I don't know, sweetheart. I'll leave that part up to you. Of course, Bill will give me the time off. Look, I've got at least 2 weeks coming to me after the Brandon case alone. Bill, Harriet wants to know.
Tell her yes, I'll do anything to get rid of you for a while. And give her my love.
He's real reluctant about it, but he says he'll try to get along without me. And he sends you a kiss. One of his famous freebies. I'll see you later.
أعطيني اسم أوتيل كاريب. Can you please tell me the time? أرجوك اللي الساعة. It is noon. دليوتي ظهران. It is the dinner hour. الآن الساعة 10.
Hi. A little tougher than French.
Oh, not if you're an Arab. How come?
If I'm going to enroll in that course, I have to have at least a little background in this, in case teacher starts making inquiries.
Oh, yeah, teacher. Here we go. Professor Daoud.
Jamil. Or is it Gamil? Loose translation for not bad.
Pep, look. I mean, if you don't mind, this is my office and I got a little work I gotta do, so... I mean, if you really don't mind.
Of course not.
Okay. You want to take your Berlitz and split? Yeah, Crowley. Yeah, we're on to it. I know there's pressure. We're always under pressure, are we? Uh-huh. Daoud, right. Pepper will be meeting with him at exactly this time tomorrow afternoon.
Public opinion thus confined the women to the house, leading to the establishment of the harem system or enforced seclusion. This absence of women from normal activity on the streets is characteristic of many Arabic towns until this day. This gradual disappearance of women from public festivities and even from worship has given rise to a widespread Western view that Arabic women are consigned to an inferior position. But it is very important for us to know that in the earliest days of Arab culture, their status was completely different. They were not closely veiled, not much more secluded than their European sisters. In fact, many of them were very well educated and accomplished. I think it is very important to see that the Western concept of Arabic oppression of their women comes from the growth of some later, even modern, usages. In truth, the Arabs, in their deepest traditions, have been perhaps among the most chivalrous people in the world. I'm looking forward at our next meeting. Thank you.
Dr. Daoud, I'm sorry I walked in so late. That makes 2 lectures I've missed.
I know. Had you been here, I would have been very much aware of it.
Thank you.
As I was when you arrived.
Oh, thank you again.
And now you wonder how you can make up the work.
Yes, if I can.
Mrs. Anderson.
Miss.
Forgive me. You're not taking the course for credit.
No, I'm interested in the subject matter. I'm a teacher, and I'm assigned to Saudi Arabia to an American high school next term, so I want to learn all I can about its people and its history.
That's commendable.
Thank you.
You see, our first class is a get-acquainted session. So the students and I might come to know one another.
Oh.
But we can easily make that up. If you'll come for dinner with me tonight.
Well,
Miss Henderson, as one Mideast scholar to another, I would be most honored if you'd say yes.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you, I wouldn't have to pretend with her.
She's got to be 19 if she's a day.
Yeah, way over the hill, right?
Huh. Hey, look at this.
A little young, don't you think?
For people with normal taste, yeah.
Yes, Helen.
Miss Baker's here.
Send her in, please.
Mr. Victor, Mr. Tar, my landlady said you called.
Yes, and it's very nice that you're so prompt. Now tell me, do you know of a place named Hartley's?
No.
Well, they sell very elegant clothing.
Oh, you mean I'm going to model for them?
No, I already explained that that would be impossible, but you are going there tomorrow morning, and they're going to help you select a very nice wardrobe at our expense, of course.
I don't understand.
We want you to look your best for the trip.
The trip?
My associates were very impressed with the photographs we sent them. So you are going to fly to London. And after that,
You really mean this?
you will leave in a few days. We will take care of the passport, reservations, all the details.
Of course, you'll be very well chaperoned all the way, and here's a little something in advance.
Mr. Victor, I don't know what to say.
We would appreciate it if you didn't say anything to anyone.
You understand, Laurie? We're the only agency in the city handling this sort of thing, and since we were the first ones to think of it, we sort of have a corner on the market. So if the news got out, so mum's the word, huh?
Total mum, for sure.
Here she comes.
She looks mighty happy.
We better stay with her.
Don't you want to talk with her?
I don't know yet. If she goes home to Mom and Dad, there's nothing to talk about.
Good evening.
Good evening. I guess the standard expression is for me?
I hope you approve, Miss Anderson.
Approve? Are you kidding? Oh, my. Oh, and it's Pepper.
Salim?
Salim.
Yes.
I just don't know what to say. I mean, the roses are lovely, but the vase, I'm speechless. I don't know what to say.
It is from my small collection.
It's priceless.
No, it's your delight that is priceless.
You're not your run-of-the-mill professor. Most teachers I know, the only collection they have is, thank you, a collection of unpaid bills.
Well, I'm more fortunate.
Family wealth,
Yes,
oil,
among other things.
like.
The enjoyment of life. Shall we?
Oh, definitely. For that matter, you're not your ordinary Arab either.
My mother was French. Perhaps that explains it.
Yes, that explains a lot of things.
No, I'm very Arab. And I'm ready to share it with you.
Sounds nice.
Definitely not Mom and Dad.
Well, let's go see what kind of a story she lays on us. We'll go around the back in case she tries to rabbit. Oh, miss? I'm with the police department. I want to make it have a word.
police.
Let me go.
Just relax.
It's all right, honey. It's okay. We're both police officers. Nobody's going to hurt you. We just want to talk to you, okay?
You're going to send me back, aren't you?
Send you back where?
To my mother and that guy.
What's your name, honey?
Laurie Baker. But you know that.
How old are you, Laurie? About 14?
15. And I'm not going back.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that later. Right now, we're more interested in some people you've been meeting with here.
I had couscous once, in San Francisco.
Not the way I make it. There are dozens of variations. Mine is indisputably the best.
Could I have the recipe?
Only if you'll join in my toast. May I?
Of course.
Very poor timing. You'll excuse me?
Certainly.
Hello? Yes, sir. I understand we have someone working on it. I would say within a few days. It's very likely.
Does Hattar know the client is on the way?
I'm sure Attar is aware of it. If they suspected anything, they would have taken action by now. Of course. The last I heard, the flight was on schedule. I'll see if I can't expedite matters.
You've done well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Again, my apologies. A graduate student at university. She's doing a thesis.
You make yourself very available to your students.
Shall we toast to that?
All right.
To our relationship.
To our relationship.
Wherever it may lead.
He said Hattar's name on the phone.
Yep.
But he didn't say what would happen in a few days.
I can make a guess.
Make it.
That's when they ship over another girl.
I'll buy it. Because we found her.
A runaway?
Yeah. Juvenile notified her mother in Mississippi. Her mother's a boozer, so is the guy she lives with. They couldn't care less what happens to the kid.
So?
So we're petitioning to make her a ward of the court.
And use her as a snitch?
Yeah, the court approves.
That could put her in a lot of danger. You can't do that.
The policewoman's staying with her, Pep.
Even so, that...
Even so, there's still a danger. I know that. I feel a responsibility for the kid. But I got another responsibility, too. I gotta bust up a white slave ring. I gotta try to save a lot of little girls. Now, this kid is the key to busting it. If she can't help me, it's back to go. Look, I had a decision to make, and I made it, okay?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so am I. Okay, so what else did you pick up last night? Anything?
What I told you.
What about Daoud? Did he,
Yeah, he's very charming.
Yeah, but I mean, did he,
I was wired, remember? If he had, you'd have known. He's a perfect gentleman.
Is it alone?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Victor?
Oh, here you are. I've been looking for you. I even tried reaching you at home.
I was arranging for the girl's passport.
Oh, well, another young lady came in here, and I thought she might be all right, and if you wanted to
Don't
see
bother.
her, I...
Mr. Victor, our partnership has been a very rewarding one.
Has been?
My people want me to work out of another city.
Why? We've hardly scratched the surface here.
We have reason to believe that the local police are becoming suspicious.
But we still have 2 days before we put Laurie Baker on the plane.
Then you will receive your full commission, and she'll be the last one.
Well, we're set. But we got some stringent guidelines.
Well, looks like we're going to be doing some babysitting.
That's one, round the clock. 2, no jeopardy. I mean, if that little girl so much as stumps her toe, my butt's gonna be up in front of the bench.
Well, I think I've come up with something very interesting. I never thought I'd be saying something nice about the telephone company, but
now you are, right?
Well, I just got to give credit where credit is due. You know that telephone call Pepper was listening in on? Where do you suppose that one came from?
Pete, don't milk it. Just give it to me, will you?
A little country in the Middle East called Ramat. Did you tell Pepper? It's too late. She already split.
Hey! Hey, Bill. Pepper, listen, I apologize. I'm sorry.
Hey, buddy.
As long as it was business.
What was business?
What? Sit down, Bill. You're missing something fantastic.
You like this, buddy?
What is that?
That's couscous. Strictly vegetarian.
Couscous. That's Arabian, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. There are a lot of variations, but one thing is for sure. Mine is the best.
Definitely.
Oh. Is this a recipe you picked up someplace?
Yeah. From a terrific friend. I think she's pretty good.
Yeah, the best.
That's all?
What you are seeing is a corruption. I know that sounds pompous, but it is the truth. This sort of dancing used to be deeply rooted in religion. It's a thing of remarkable grace, beauty, and even piety. Well, later...
You know, I believe that you are a true Renaissance man, one of the few I've ever met.
Really?
You're a historian, a teacher, you speak 6 languages.
5, and not all of them well.
You're a gourmet cook, you're a student of the arts. You're a remarkable man.
I appreciate beauty.
It seems so.
You are the proof.
Are there many women in your life?
Of course. It's a valued tradition in my country.
And they're beautiful?
And that, too, is a tradition.
Then why do you come so far?
Well,
No, seriously. You have a beautiful home in Ramat. Servants, everything a man could want, including, I imagine, your choice of women. Why would you come to the United States to take a job that probably doesn't pay for your plane ticket?
well, I have other interests.
Involving women? Beautiful women?
Since I've come to this country, Pepper, I have found only one woman in whom I have any interest at all.
Gee, I was scared you wouldn't get my message.
Mr. Hattar came over today.
Oh, what do you want?
I am supposed to leave day after tomorrow, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Look at this.
They did a nice job with that.
Oh, it says I'm 18.
Yeah, I noticed.
The clothes they picked for me for the trip, they make me look even older.
What about that ticket?
It's non-stop to London.
Yeah, well, they'll probably have somebody there to smuggle you the rest of the way. Did Tar say he'd be at the airport?
He's gonna drive me there.
Laurie, you think you can go through with this thing?
I think so.
You know, we'll be at the airport. There'll be a lot of us there. You got nothing to worry about, believe me.
Sure.
You're gonna be safe between now and then. In about an hour, there'll be a policewoman over. Her name's Mary Lou Groves. She's gonna stick with you till we get this thing wrapped up. Think you're gonna like her. See you at the airport. Laurie? Okay.
About those raffle tickets now.
What do you want?
Well, you know those raffle tickets.
Later, Pete.
Well, you know, if you don't come out of your
Come on,
pocket,
Pete, later.
your
We're
hands
busy
gone.
right now,
The
okay?
deductible and everything. Yeah. Pep.
Four-Star Modeling Agency. Oh, yes. Just a moment, please.
Yes, Helen?
Is Mr. Hattar with you?
No, but I'll get him.
Line 1.
It's for you.
Thanks. Yes? Put him on. Good afternoon, sir. Today? Yes, sir, I'll have her there. Thank you.
Get who where?
Your commission on Miss Baker should be higher than you thought.
Well, how's that?
The expenses will be down. We won't have to send her to London on a commercial plane.
Huh?
A client of mine is here on business. He's starting back to Ramat this afternoon in a private plane.
You mean he's willing to take her along?
He insists on it. It's only himself and the crew. He might get lonely. If I get any more calls, I'll be back in a couple of hours.
Yes, sir.
Charlie's not here yet, Laurie. Hungry?
Sort of.
All right, I'll go out and get us a couple of hamburgers and fries. Be back in 10, 15 minutes.
Wait a second. I owe you some money.
It's on the police department. We've got a fantastic budget.
Thanks, Miss Groves.
Mary Lou, keep the door locked, huh?
Arab dominance of the Mediterranean world of the Middle Ages imposed a great cautionary influence on the art of their. This stemmed from the Islamic injunction against the graven image and the deep belief that the creation of beauty comes only from God.
Excuse me, Doctor.
Yes.
There's a phone call for you. They said it was an emergency.
Ladies and gentlemen, excuse me. Relax for a few moments.
But I haven't even packed yet, you see.
That shouldn't take more than a few seconds.
I have to change my clothes. I mean, I can't go like this. Look, why don't you come back and say 15 minutes, and by that time I'll be
We
already...
don't have 15 minutes, Laurie. You have an opportunity that a few girls ever get, and I'm not going to let you spoil it. It's for your sake. So, we are leaving now.
Dawood. Yes, I know where. I am deeply grateful. Thank you.
Oh, okay?
Yeah, it wasn't hit and run. He just...
I know. It's urgent. I'll bring it back.
When?
I'll get it back to you.
When?
This isn't my day.
It's beautiful, isn't it? And you will find it's much more comfortable than a commercial plane.
Stop! Stop it. We have a commitment and you will fulfill it. You will board that plane and you will behave yourself from this moment on. Do you understand?
Are you all right?
There's an ambulance on the way.
Bill, I can't believe he's one of them.
He's not. How do you suppose we got here? He's the one who called us.
You see, Pepper, we are a small country, and we are trying very hard to progress as rapidly as our wealth has grown. Very simply, we want the world's respect. And if it became known that some of our people were engaged in...
It would set you back pretty far, huh?
We wanted to handle it ourselves. I was not to contact any police agency here until it became absolutely necessary.
And so they set you up as a professor.
I am a professor, not a policeman. It took me more than 1 month before I could place our receptionist in Victor's office.
Well, professor or policeman, you've saved an awful lot of young girls.
Oh, the girl, how is she?
Fine. She'll be placed in a foster home soon.
She's not going home then?
No.
I am. As soon as I leave here, if I can clear up the matter of entering your country with a gun illegally.
I think you've more than cleared yourself.
I hope so. Pepe,
Yes.
I hope one day you'll be my guest in my home.
Salim, that's a beautiful thought.
In any case, I want us never to lose contact.
I want that too. I truly do. I better let you rest. See you tomorrow.
What's been happening here?
You won the raffle.
Huh? I was supposed to be the lucky one.
And you got it all, Bill.
Oh, my.
2 weeks in Hawaii, huh? And I put my life in your hands? Huh.
Oh.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I didn't buy any raffle tickets.
Yes, but Pep bought 5 and she put 1 in your name. And you won.
Is that true? Why would you do that?
Because, well, for good luck. I love you. What else?
Didn't want to make me look cheap, huh?
No, you're not cheap. You're very thrifty. You're,
They're just frugal.
yeah.
Joe!
Frugal. You're frugal. Anyway, there you go. 2 weeks in Maui.
2 weeks in Maui?
Yeah. You and a friend. Anyone you want to take.
How about you, friend?
Sure. I'd love it. Yeah, thank you.
You promise not to say anything to Pete and Joe. I'll let you have the ticket for half price.